was born in Orem, and I grew up there on the benches, so kind of in the heart of Utah Valley. And I was raised by two of the most amazing people. My mom and dad are incredible, and they taught me ever since I was a little kid to be the best that I can be with what I have, and they taught me how to be so loving and kind, and to really accept everyone for who they are. And I also had some amazing friends who I grew up with since I was 3 years old. We all went to BYU together. And it's funny, growing up, I never thought that I would be gay. And I didn't even really think about what that word meant until junior high. I dated lots of girls, and but my form of dating, what I thought was dating, was just having a best girlfriend, and we would just hang out all the time. And in high school, my friends started talking about girls in a way that I couldn't really wrap my head around. They talked about these feelings that they were having for these girls, and I was dating at the time, and I was kind of confused why I didn't have those same kind of feelings. And then I remember one morning when I was getting ready for school, I had this thought come into my head that I might be gay. And I would argue with myself pretty much every morning after that, that I couldn't be gay because I'm not allowed to be gay, because that's wrong. And so from that, I kind of took into my heart that I'm wrong, that I shouldn't be this way, which was really hard. I went to BYU, and those were some of my darkest times, were at BYU, when I was on my knees every night praying that this would be taken from me. When I was studying the scriptures and working with every bishop that I could. And when I came out to my first bishop, he told me I was going to hell. And that's really hard to hear from someone who's supposed to be a source of strength, and to tell you about God's love. I came out to my best friend, who I grew up with in Orem, and the first thing he said to me when I came out was, "So what?" And that's been how most people have reacted to me, actually. My friends have been very supportive. I've only had 2 instances where people just really couldn't stand the thought of me being gay, and they're not part of my life anymore. My family had a really hard time at first. My mom was totally blindsided, which didn't really make sense to me because we hung out all the time. And my dad kind of, when I came out to him, he said, "Oh yeah, I kind of thought so." And I was like, "What? You can't say that." So I came out at BYU. I came out during my senior year, and I came out on Facebook because I figured that would be the easiest and fastest way to tell everyone. And for the most part, it was very supportive. And every now and again, I would get comments like, "Are you choosing the right thing?" And I would say to myself, well, I tried for a really long time to be straight and to do the straight thing. I almost got engaged while I was at BYU. And she said she was willing to work through my same gender attraction. And then the more we did it and the more I thought about it, the more I thought, how could I do this to someone? How could I come home to my wife and be so emotionally connected, but have absolutely no physical attraction? I don't think that would be fair for her or me. So I think in my experience, I've really appreciated my parents and my friends. And they've been much more of a support than the church has, unfortunately. Because I'm not ashamed of my heritage. My parents were converts, and so I don't have a huge Mormon genealogy, but I love where I've come from, and I love the ideals that I was taught ever since I was a kid. And I love the ideals of being a good person and loving everyone, no matter what, and just helping everyone see that in themselves. And I think my friends have helped me do that more than anyone else. My dad actually wrote me a letter maybe a year and a half ago. He and my mom were on vacation together. And my dad said, you know, I believe that God gave you this. And maybe it's not for you to overcome. He said, maybe it's so that everyone else can learn to love you like they're supposed to. And that just made such a huge impact for me. Because I felt so much peace, even going to church with my boyfriend and then holding his hand during sacrament meeting. I felt so much peace and love, and I can't understand why that would be a bad thing. And I always think of the scripture that says, by their fruits ye shall know them. And if me coming out has made me a happier, healthier, kinder, more loving, more understanding person, whereas me coming out has made other people hateful and mean and cruel, I don't understand why I'm in the wrong.